You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. We start off our Election Day coverage in Hazleton as our Rhino Sachi stopped by the Southside Fire Station to speak with some city council candidates.
This morning, we visited the Southside Fire Station in Hazleton and met up with some candidates running for city council. All candidates joined the race for the same reason, their love for the city.
I want to run for city council because I'm a lifelong resident of Hazleton. I've been involved with the community for many years. I'm 67 years old, and I feel it's time to give back and do some good for the people of Hazleton. I want to be the voice of the people. I want to represent all the people and the people that are left out and help them with their problems.
Well, I want to continue what we started. There's a lot of good things happening in the city. I live here. I care about my community, so I want to give back and help as much as I can.
Well, I'm running because I ran 4 years ago because I love Hazleton, and I think we've moved the city forward. We did several things. We lowered crime rate, got more police, improved our fire department, our streets department. We're paving streets, making the quality of life better. So I just want to continue what we started, and I truly do love our citizens, and I love our city.
During the morning, though, the voter turnout seemed to be a bit low at the polls.
Well, they've been pretty slow this morning, but it'll pick up. It's going to get a little warmer later on, then after lunch, everybody will start coming out to vote.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of people, as more candidates than there are people. I'm assuming they go, early in the morning. They'll go when they get done with work, after work. So hopefully it'll be a good turnout, and we'll get the job done.
Actually, a little disappointed in the turnout. It's a low turnout right now, so I'm hoping as the day goes on, people come out to vote. I urge people that come out to vote. It's your right to vote, and it's important to voice your opinion, and this way we can keep moving our city forward.
But ultimately, each candidate has expressed their hope for a better future for the city of Hazleton.
And I'm a person that, I've been involved with kids for 40 years. I ran the Little League programs. I helped a lot of people in the community. I still want to do that till I die.
And the thing is, when you're doing good, and that's what you're trying to do, to help people. I mean, helping people individually, helping the community, making decisions that affect everybody. So, it's a growing community. I think I want to be part of the see what's going to happen in the future kind of thing. I want to be there. We are, like I said, a growing community. We have industry coming in around us, and I want to be part of that solution. To help improve the city as we move forward.
Going to continue what we did, continue our paving, continue on the quality of life, continue on our three departments, making them better, just making our city better and putting Hazleton on the map and trying to attract businesses and attract people to come here.
Polls will be closing by 8 p.m. tonight, so if you haven't gone out yet, there's still time to cast your vote for your municipal leaders. Reporting in Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Rhino Sachi.
Thanks, Ryan. Next, we stopped in West Hazleton to meet with some mayoral and council candidates. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich also spoke with a candidate for Luzerne County Judge.
Voters turned out on this cold and damp election day in West Hazleton. They were greeted by incumbent Mayor John Chura and Democratic candidate Maria Rodriguez. She ran a write-in campaign for council and received enough votes to get on the ballot as mayor.
I decided to run because I didn't see anybody to run and have a representation for us and for me and for my daughters and for the community. I decided to run. I wanted to unite, people. That's what I want. I want the people's, know us, and I want our people knows the people around here.
Former school board member Dr. Robert Child was at the site in support of Rodriguez.
Wonderful woman. She has had experience raising her business from nothing to significant. And the thing that impresses me most about this lady is that she is an individual who is giving to the community constantly.
Chura has served as West Hazleton's mayor for the past 4 years and worked with council to ensure the safety and progress of the borough.
Well, it's been an honor to be the mayor for 4 years now in West Hazelton. I enjoy working with people. Our group that we have together, me and council, we work for all the residents of the borough, not just one particular kind of resident or any people. We work for the whole community together to try to make things better, so that people could have a better quality of life, so they're safe. We have a good police department, so we want to continue this.
Council member Gerald Grink is seeking re-election along with Bill Sharkey Jr. and Harry Kreisel. Grink has spent the last 8 years in office working on holding the line on taxes as well as infrastructure projects.
Well, since we spoke last at the primary election, we've engaged ourselves in a number of improvement projects, street renovations, and the big one now is that bridge replacement we're undergoing in Valmont Industrial Park. We're hoping to be able to take our team together and keep it together to continue the projects and continue continue on a course of progress in the borough.
Candidate for Luzerne County Judge Stephanie Salavantis was also in the Hazelton area this afternoon meeting with voters at the Southside Station.
It's been a wonderful few months. We are getting around and really working on getting into the community and letting people know about my campaign. It's been different from past campaigns that I have been involved in because of COVID. So I didn't feel comfortable knocking on doors. So it was really focusing on like mail pieces and media, getting out into the homes of people through different means. And people have been so wonderful, so receptive, and it's just been such a positive environment.
She is one of 3 women vying for 2 seats on the bench.
I'm so excited that we have 3 females running for these 2 judicial seats, and it's going to make our bench half female, half male, and I am just proud of that. I think that it's so important so people know that it's important to have different people running for positions. I have always been, in my career, have always pushed women to become more involved and been a mentor to a lot of them, and it's just an honor.
Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. And finally, we made a stop in Berwick to find out how the voter turnout's been for this year's general election. Another municipal election year, another long day at the polls for those voting for who they want making the local decisions for a better future. Judge Gary Norton was also out front of Bethany Blessing this morning in Berwick, gaining support in his run for retention as judge in the Columbia-Montour County Court of Common Pleas within the 26th Judicial District.
I've been a judge for 10 years, and I'm looking to be a judge for another 10 years. We've made a lot of movement in the local bench with dealing with the COVID situation. My colleague Tom James and I, we push about twice the number of cases that the average judge does across the state, and we'll just keep up the good work.
As for the voter turnout, Judge Norton says Berwick has been showing up to cast their ballots, despite the chilly fall weather on this early November morning.
Actually, for an off year, we've seen a fairly high number of people, more than we expected. With the wind starting to pick up, it's getting chilly. I should have brought a larger coat, but it's been fun. It's nice meeting people and saying hi to them.
Voters have until 8 p.m. to cast their ballot tonight for the local leaders of their choosing. Members of the D'Angelo family and DBI Services announced today that they signed a letter of intent regarding the sale of substantially all of DBI's assets to D'Angelo Contracting Services. DBI Services was co-founded by members of the D'Angelo family back in 1978 and was sold by them in 2016. In 2020, Paul D'Angelo and his family formed D'Angelo Contracting Services to re-enter the contracting business. The press release went on to say that DCS and DBI are separate, unrelated companies with different ownership. DBI decided to shut down operations back on October 22nd. Paul D'Angelo said that he and his family look forward to putting the DBI assets back to work in serving customers, supporting employees, and performing vital services to the nation's mobility and safety. Shots rang out during a Monday night traffic incident in Wilkes-Barre. According to police, witnesses said an SUV hit another vehicle in the area of Hazel and Stanton Streets shortly after 6 p.m. The driver of the struck vehicle allegedly fired shots at the SUV, then proceeded to chase it. Wilkes-Barre police are currently investigating that Monday night incident. Coming up on Wyln News, how to get your playoff tickets, plus all of our Game of the Week details. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name's Jackson. It looks like it's sunny tomorrow.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
There won't be any gate sales for tickets to all 2021-22 District 2 Championship playoff events. So if you'd like to be at Harmon Geist for the District 2 Class 6A semifinal, you'll have to purchase your tickets online through Hometown Ticketing. To purchase your tickets, visit piaad2.org and click the football option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then click Get Tickets underneath the game of your choice. In this case, the Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre area matchup, and follow the prompts through your purchase. Tickets, regardless of sport, are $7 for adults and $4 for students. You must present either an electronic or paper ticket at the gate in order to gain entry. Wyln's also giving away 4 free tickets to Friday's Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre area matchup. So if you're interested, give us a call at 570-459-1869 extension 1172. Leave your name, number, and why you're calling for your chance to win those 4 free tickets. Winner will be announced Thursday, so stay tuned and good luck. But regardless, our Wyln sports crew is gearing up to bring you some postseason coverage of 2021 high school football. We kick off with some live Cougar Wolfpack action this Friday, November 5th, as we make our playoff debut at Harmon Geist for the Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre area District 2 Class 6A semifinal matchup. Tune in for your Friday night fill of Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and our Wyln sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. Sponsored by Lehigh Valley Health Network, your orthopedics and sports medicine partner. No plans Friday night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for your weekly dose of Friday night football and all the live local action right here on WYLN TV. Coming up on Japan's News Choice, we talk suspicious activity on this Trooper Talk Tuesday. Plus, leading the way, part 2. Stay with us.
No matter how busy life gets, your health needs to come first. That's why the relationship you build with your Lehigh Valley Health Network primary care doctor is one of the most important you'll ever have. From identifying your personal health risk factors to coordinating care with specialists, LVHN is here to partner with you every step of the way. And with the choice of virtual or in-person visits, it's never been easier to put your health at the top of your to-do list. Take the first step by visiting lvhn.org or by calling 888-402-LVHN.
M&J Excavation, serving the area with quality and dependable home heating oil with competitive pricing. Also on and off-road oil delivery for your heavy equipment. They also provide paving and excavation services. 570-233-1898.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns, host of Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football. Join us every week as I'll be joined by head coach Dennis Bookman as we go over past Hazleton area opponents, we'll look ahead to a future opponent, and have a guest from the Cougar football program. That's all this season on Sports Talk, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedics and sports medicine partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. We are joined, as always, by State Trooper Anthony Petrosky. Welcome.
Good to be here.
All right, folks, so we're going to be talking about, we talk about all these different things that go on and reporting crimes, and I guess there's one that we haven't really gone over, which is it's not really about reporting a crime. You might not see a crime, but there could be suspicious activity going on. You might see lights going off in a house that you know your neighbor's not supposed to be home right now. They're on vacation. Or you hear something in the street and it sounds kind of like a fight's going on or anything like that. There's a lot of different things that go on, and a lot of times, sometimes it's, we're wondering whether it's the time to call the police, and other times we're, maybe jumping the gun on calling the police, and, well, I hate that phrase, but we might be, worrying too much, and there might just be a different person to contact in those situations. So we're talking about suspicious activity and how to report it, how to properly do it. So let's start off. When is a time when, I guess, reporting suspicious activity is important and necessary?
Yeah, if you see something going on, you physically see it, it's not, well, that may be happening. You watch, you see a fight going on, you see somebody breaking into your neighbor's car or entering through a house through a window. You see it going on, you need to dial 911 immediately. And a lot of times people, neighbors, they think, well, I don't want to get involved. But you have to put yourself in the other perspective. Like, well, what if that was your house? Would you want your neighbor to call, or you want them to not call? So if you see something going on, you know exactly what it is. It's a crime being committed, or somebody has tools and they crawl underneath the vehicle at night and you know it's not their vehicle, you need to call. Call 911, the proper police department will go out, investigate, make an arrest, whatever the case may be, but at least you did your part and reported it.
And then that leads us to kind of when not to report. I mean, a lot of times I think you hear stories of people reporting things and it ends up being a dud, it ends up being nothing. What's some advice you can give to people who are considering and kind of in those situations where it's like, should I call?
Yeah, if you feel threatened, if you feel you're in danger or somebody else is in danger, obviously you have to call. But if it's somebody walking through your neighborhood that you've never seen before, not really a time to call, right? They're just walking through. Maybe they're lost, maybe they're visiting somebody, they're in from another state, etc. It has to be something that you think is wrong, something illegal, something about to happen, not just because you see somebody walking down the street. It has to be something that's concerning and that is a police matter. But again, it's hard because some people, they feel differently than other people. So we don't want people not to call 911. Again, if you feel unsafe or you think somebody else is unsafe, call 911. That's our job.
And I guess there's also calling and reporting suspicious activity. There are some things, in some circumstances where people make false reports, and I guess that's something big to address, especially if there's any, prank callers out there. there's a lot you need to know about that because there are repercussions for calling in a false report.
Yes. So that's actually a criminal charge you could be arrested for called false reports, meaning you call something in that didn't happen, never happened, nor will it happen. You report it to the police. We come out, we investigate, we take your statement. We prove otherwise, you can get arrested for that. We do make arrests for that quite often. A lot of times people think, well, I could just report this. If they don't find it, they don't find it. But if we prove otherwise, you can get arrested for it. And you know, if you're reporting anything that you see or you think is going on, be a good witness. And a lot of times people are hesitant to report things because they don't want to give their name. You can call 911, you can call the state police directly and anonymously report something. We care more about handling the situation, making sure people are safe. Again, don't let that discourage you from reporting something. It can be done anonymously.
And I guess being a good witness comes with, kind of some things that, and obviously in the moment, a lot of times people kind of, there's a lot going on,
Sure.
the adrenaline rush and things like that can happen. But some advice for people who might be in that situation, kind of quick tips of things to recognize, things to take note of, things that
Yes.
are important to help police in those situations.
First off, a good location. We need to know exactly where we're going. So a good location. If you're unsure, use landmarks. Vehicle description, vehicle license plate, that's huge. You know, this is the stuff that we look for. We're not there when it happens, so we need your information to be able to find this person or this vehicle. People, their description, what they look like, their clothing, what they're wearing, if they're holding something, tattoos, things like that. Anything you think that can help us. If it's somewhere where, you know, it might be tough to find, give our dispatcher directions so they could give it to us. Just be as observant as you possibly can. I know that's easier said than done because, you know, you may be watching something, your adrenaline's going. Do the best you can because if we don't get good information, it's going to make our job a lot more difficult. So the better you can describe something for us, the easier it's going to be and we'll be able to handle it more efficiently.
All right, folks, it's kind of a gray area with suspicious activity, but like the trooper said, I think the most important thing is if you feel like you are threatened or in harm's way or you see somebody else who is definitely in harm's way, please report it. Call 911. Immediately. And other times, there are times where you kind of have to look back and, you know, if it's just somebody minding their own business and going through the neighborhood who you never saw, that's not really something, unless that kind of situation comes up where the harm is there. But other than that, there are a lot of things to keep in mind, and when you're in a situation where there might be or there might be an activity that's criminal going on, take notes in your head, take those mental notes as much as you can. I know it can be difficult, but it helps the police in any way possible just so that they can get it done quicker and faster. So thank you for talking with us.
My pleasure.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday on WYLN.
No matter how busy life gets, your health needs to come first. That's why the relationship you build with your Lehigh Valley Health Network primary care doctor is one of the most important you'll ever have. From identifying your personal health risk factors to coordinating care with specialists, LVHN is here to partner with you every step of the way. And with the choice of virtual or in-person visits, it's never been easier to put your health at the top of your to-do list. Take the first step by visiting lvhn.org or by calling 888-402-LVHN.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Kathy Bestwick's leading the way again into part 2 of this week's series. And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with co-president of the Hazleton Art League, Kathy Bestwick. Now, Kathy, what was that moment? When did you know that you were going to end up walking down the path you were, and what led you to pursue all of these artsy interests?
Well, it's a funny story. I was 11 years old, and my mother sent me to my room for misbehaving. I don't remember what I did to be sent to my room. I was looking through my Girl Scout magazine, and there was an advertisement, "Can you draw this?" So out of boredom, I started drawing it. And I did such a good job, I totally surprised myself. I forgot I was punished. I ran down the steps like, "Mom, look what I did!" And then I just started drawing like crazy. So there really was a moment. And worked as an art teacher first in my hometown school district for about 7 years. And I went back to school, got a degree in textile design, worked in New York City as a textile designer doing men's suiting fabrics. Then moved back to Pennsylvania, to Phoenixville, and raised a family there. Was a stay-at-home mom for a little bit. Worked at the textile college where I had graduated from. And then started a nonprofit art center in Phoenixville.
Sounds like a big jump, but honestly, I mean, what was the moment where you were going to take what you did in Phoenixville and bring it to the Hazleton area?
Well, the art center that I started there was similar to what Hazleton was looking to start here in the new building that we're in on 31 West Broad Street. And because I was coming up here on the weekends periodically, I met people at the Art League, and I was invited to come and speak to DHAP when they were planning, in the beginning stages of planning this. And then they came down to Phoenixville to see the art center where I worked, and they decided that they loved the Phoenix Village Art Center and wanted to model in Phoenixville, and now being a big part of the Art League here.
All right, everyone, check back tomorrow night as Kathy continues leading the way into part 3 of this week's segment. Good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.